Day number 27, closing in on a finish here on the 30-day fishing challenge. Today I'm fishing with David from Water Warrior Fishing. We are at the Occoquan Reservoir. Just wanted to come out and have a good day. Ace has been crushing them out here. I haven't fished here since the last tournament, so decided to come here. See what happens. Hopefully we can get on some fish. The water is definitely low, probably like at least 4 or 5 feet low, but let's try to find them. Deeper holes up there, and if you knew what you were doing, you could, I mean, the fish would just congregate there. Oh, I mean, shoot. That might have been just a straight reaction strike because he might not have eaten it at all. You know what I mean? Like just hitting it to try to scare it or kill it, or because he didn't like it. Pattern fishing. I watched this really good video from this dude, Johnny Jenkins or something. He did this bit on pattern fishing versus spot fishing, and it made it kind of click in my brain. I'm like, damn, you're right. Like, that makes a lot of sense. What he's saying is, like, I mean, you know what pattern fishing is, so do I. You fish different spots, different depths, different kinds of cover with different baits until you figure out what they're biting. But he's like, what a lot of people do, no, that's pattern fishing. What a lot of people do is they'll run their banks and they'll run their spots, and they'll, you know, you might catch a fish here or there, but you're not capitalizing on why that fish bit. And I mean, he's like, you're constantly got to be moving and changing up and like doing different things. And I got to thinking, I'm like, damn, I really spot fish like 90% of the time. Yeah. Like, I'm just, okay, I'm going to go hit this bank and this bank and this bank. And then I don't really think about like, okay, that fish hit on this and I'm going to try to duplicate it.
But I'm always have like everything tied on and I throw it all. And, like,
I'll circulate through it. I'll circulate through all my baits, but I mean, well, not even necessarily that, but not duplicating bites. Say we get bit right here. Yep. Okay, we get bit there. What are we going to do? We're going to try to duplicate that by finding another bank on the inside of a point in the mouth of a cove on this kind of like red clay bank with a little bit of grass and wood. Yep. So we go find that, but we don't get bit.
Stays lit.
Yeah, we don't get bit there. Okay, so then why was that fish there? Was it the wood? Was it the grass? Was it the red clay bank? Yeah. Basically, that's what it is. And you try to figure out exactly what it is that they're keying in on that day. Today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to spend less than 20 minutes at each spot until we start getting bit. Really trying to key in on bites and different baits and cover that we are fishing and figure out why the fish are there. All right, so David and I are going to do something a little bit different today. We are going to spend 20 minutes or less at every single spot until we can establish a solid pattern as to what the fish are doing. Normally I'll come out and fish banks and different spots that I know hold fish, but today we're going to fish new spots, and again, 20 minutes or less until we can establish a pattern. 20 minutes, let's go. All right, so we're fishing a little tiny cut off the main lake. Got a bunch of wooden rock in here, got a little bit of grass out on the point. Also a bunch of points along this bank. Just gonna be jumping around, trying different things, trying to establish a bite. That is one thing about chatterbaits, guys. Great in the grass, not so great around wood. They like to get stuck. They're grabby. There you go. But you still can't be afraid to throw them. That's the thing. All right. Whew, nice shot. David and I just fished a main lake bank that was 12 to, actually no, I'm sorry, it was 15 to 20 feet with a bunch of wood and rock. There were a few points that we fished as well on that stretch. We got no bites, so now we are going to work our way into this pocket here. It has a bunch of wood, rock, and grass ranging from 12 to, we'll say, actually, sorry, 2 to 12 feet. See if these fish are pushed up in these pockets yet. Okay, we've been out for the last 3 hours. I didn't charge the batteries last night, so I came in, got another one. We are regrouping. We were fishing down lake with very few bites, so we're going to go up lake. The water's down like 4 or 5 feet, so we're thinking that the up lake bite's going to be a little bit better. The wind just started kicking up a little bit. Hopefully these fish turn on. Let's go. This water is definitely dingier up here, which may be pushing the fish shallower and tighter to the cover, so that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think the flip and bite might be better up this way with the dirtier water. We are going to find out, though, aren't we? Oh, yeah. It's not legit. Oh, wow, some just swirled. Did you see that? Yeah, I got him. That was crazy. Oh, it's a good fish too. It's like it's a keeper for sure. Oh yeah, it's good.
Nice. Made a chain, guys. Take notes.
Solid 2.5, 3-pounder almost.
Nice fish, brother.
313. All right, so what can we take from that fish here? Shallow or flat? Well, we're in 12 feet of water.
12. Okay, so shallow
Around some
bank
wood and
wall.
grass. Yeah, but he was up there though.
Yeah,
he was tight up to the wood. So we're gonna continue to fish some, what do we say here? Wood bank. Banks with wood and grass with a steady taper, I guess. I mean, try to keep the boat in 10 to 12 feet of water.
Yeah, we're like pretty far out from shore, and it's like moderately deep. So maybe
Well, and remember I was telling you that this whole thing, it's a huge flat. It does, the channel is like 100 yards behind us. It's 15 feet from here to almost till the channel drop. So fish that are normally out on the flat are probably pushed up against this bank. All right, I'm gonna throw in my go-to jig setup here. It's a 1/2 ounce black and blue jig with the Gary Yamamoto flapping hog. Love this. Ace and I both throw this religiously.
basically like wins them the project. Yeah. And then like they do the work. But I'm like, oh, big.
Nah, he's not good. Not as big as the last one, but it's a keeper.
Nice fish, brother.
It's about 1.5 pounds, 1.75 pounds. It's a nice keeper-sized fish. Caught him on a black and blue jig. Didn't even feel the bite. He was just probably in 4 or 5 feet of water right off of this dock, right in front of the boat. There's definitely wood present, obviously. Got a little bit of grass as well. And I know behind us there is a channel edge, so maybe he's just up here to feed. Maybe there's more. Let's find out. There should be more. Back in like, wait a second. Got him?
Yeah, my camera's off.
All right. Fish a little bit. Dude, that one's bigger than the one I just caught. That one's like a 2-pounder. He's definitely thicker, but these fish are definitely pushed up on this bank a little bit. Dingier water, you got the wood, a little bit of grass. Sorry.
Chompers wobble football head with a Papa Pit Boss. It's a 5-inch, and it's Okeechobee Craw. Blue glitter, green back. Subtle, then shine.
Dope.
Bang.
We just skipped a bunch of this bank. That is definitely something you guys should keep in mind. Don't waste time. If you don't think you're going to catch fish on a certain stretch of bank, just pull up the trolling motor and get going. So we're going to move over to this cove where I know it's a little bit deeper, at least for us to be. The boat's going to be sitting in, 10 to 12 feet, and then we'll be fishing that 3 to 6 foot range. With this wind picking up, I just picked up the chatterbait. Might tie a spinnerbait on, but we will see. I want to see if they hit this chatterbait first. Mm-hmm. There he is.
Nice. Here we go. What I say
On the chatterbait, right next to the dock. He was right off of that grass. Another keeper, small keeper, but there we go. Kept the original trailer that it came with. Normally I'm not throwing this color. It's a nice chartreuse with gold fleck, but I decided to throw it on. The water's dingy up here, so I figured it'd help him see a little bit. It's a nice little 1-pound fish. He'd be a keeper, but we'd hope to cull him. It's a nice looking fish.
Hey, 4 fish, man. 1 more for a limit.
Yeah.
That's good.
2 more for the res limit. It's not consistent chunk rock like this bank here, so as soon as we got off that rock, I caught that fish next to this dock on the grass. This is going to be kind of a deciding factor for us, is if we catch a fish on this rocky bank. So then we can decide that what we were just talking about is completely wrong. And then up around here, it transitions from rock to the red clay bank. So if we catch one on the red clay bank, we'll be able to bounce around to different spots with no rock and stay on the wood and grass. Hopefully establish even a tighter pattern than we're on now. I think a big thing to do with it is the water clarity, though, to be honest. Don't you? The dingier water has definitely helped us today. The fish seem to be holding a little bit tighter to the cover, whereas down lake we just couldn't get bit. We're making a bunch of short little runs, just kind of hopping from pocket to pocket and jumping around, trying different baits, trying to catch fish. This little pocket, if a pattern is holding for us at all, should produce us at least 1 fish. At least 1. is.
There he is. Staying true with the pattern.
Oh, he's a good one too. He's a little like 2-pounder. Whoop. Yeah, boy.
That is 5 fish, guys.
Boom, that's fish number 5. We're going for the res limit though, that's 6.
True that.
We need 6. All right, that's a solid 2-pound, 1 3/4. Came right on the point out of the mouth of this creek, just like I was saying.
On the chatterbait.
On the chatterbait, we're just hopping around. Getting on these fish now though, which is nice.
Hell yeah.
So I guess these fish are starting to really push up towards these creeks and little pockets off the main lake. They are shallow as well. That fish was caught in about 4 feet of water, just like the last few that we've had.
A little too expensive for what you get, but
Yep.
working Whole Foods meat.
There it is. That's a better one. It's another 2.5, 3-pounder. Here he comes. Oh yeah.
Nice.
That's probably 3. He's fat, big shoulders, nice belly. Came on the black and blue jig up there in probably 2 feet of water. These fish are shallow right now. It's a good looking fish. We're gonna get a weight on him too. I wanna see what our 6 fish limit is looking like right now. 3.02. Right at the end of this tree. All right. Now I really just don't want to go. Every time I catch a fish, it's like I just want to keep going. It's another 2-pounder on the black and blue jig, of course. Caught him in exactly 5 feet of water at the end of that tree. Boom.
Oh shit.
Oh, no. Did you get it?
No.
Oh shit, dude. Dude, that sucks. I'm sorry, man. You want to get in for it? It's right here. Like, it's right here.
It's done though.
Well, it's probably done. You could probably, you might be able to air it out. You might be able to throw it in some rice, though. Don't sweat it, dude. There will be more days. The GoPro can be replaced. Just bad luck. All right, let's call it a day. All right, got called into work, so I had to call it a day a little bit early. We caught 7 fish today total. Probably for, what, 15 pounds? 14 pounds?
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around 14, 15
My man
pounds.
put the beat down.
I got lucky. I caught 6 fish on jigs and chatterbaits. David caught one on a jig as well. We were catching fish relatively shallow, adjacent to deeper water. All of our fish were caught between 2 and 6 feet of water on grass and wood. We jumped around a lot this morning. We kind of put ourselves to a 20-minute rule, which was cool. I usually don't do that. So we'd fish for 20 minutes. If we didn't get bit, we'd jump to another spot. We kept hopping around until we got bit, and then we kind of stick around that area or try to replicate that bite at another spot. So that was pretty fun. Glad you came out. Guys, definitely check out David's channel, Water Warrior Fishing. I'll put a link in the description below. As always, it's a fun time fishing with this guy. Check out his videos. Like and subscribe to our videos. We'll see you tomorrow.